Hello everyone. Baking is definitely the most scientific form of cooking. No enough baking powder and your cake is flat. Too much flour and your cookies are rock solid. Let us discuss the basic ingredients and its role in baking. First ingredient I am going to introduce is flour. We have heard about different kinds of flour like self-rising flour, cake flour, all-purpose flour, etc. So, the basic difference between each type of flour is the protein content. High protein flour have more gluten, and more gluten means more strength. When it comes to baking, the amount of gluten is what determines the structure and texture of the baked goodies. What we get in India is all-purpose flour or maida. It has moderate protein content. If the recipe calls flour, it is all-purpose flour. This all-purpose flour we can use for making almost all baked goodies. For baking cookies and breads, we can use all-purpose flour as such. But for making cake, low gluten type of flour will be better. That kind of flour is called cake flour. We can make cake flour at home very easily. Let us see the preparation. I am going to show how to make 1 cup of cake flour. For that, measure all-purpose flour in a measuring cup. This is how we measure flour in a measuring cup. So this is 1 cup of all-purpose flour. From this, I am removing 1 tablespoon of flour. As cake flour have lowest protein content, the level of gluten will also be less. It will result in a softer baked goodie. So we are going to add 1 tablespoon of corn flour to this all-purpose flour. This corn flour will make the flour lighter with less gluten and our baked product will be softer. So this is our 1 cup of cake flour. If the recipe calls for self-rising flour, that means the cake flour mixed with baking powder and salt. Rising agent does the magic in baking. In case of cake and cookies, rising agent is baking powder and baking soda. In case of breads and pizzas, it will be yeast. Baking soda and baking powder are both leavening agents, which are substances used to help baked goods rise. Baking soda is sodium bicarbonate, which is alkaline or basic. It becomes activated when it is combined with both an acidic ingredient and a liquid. Upon activation, carbon dioxide is produced, which allows baked goods to rise and become light and fluffy. That's why recipes with baking soda will also list an acidic ingredient such as vinegar, buttermilk, cocoa powder or lemon juice. Whereas baking powder is a complete leavening agent. It contains both base and acid needs for the product to rise. The acid in the baking powder reacts with the sodium bicarbonate and releases carbon dioxide when it combined with the liquid. There are 2 types of baking powder, single action and double action. Out of these, double acting is more useful in baking as it creates 2 separate reactions. Initially, when it is combined with a liquid at room temperature, and secondly, when the mixture is heated. The amount of baking soda or baking powder to be used in a recipe depends on the measurement of the other ingredients present in the recipe. Another important point to be noted is that if the recipe is having baking powder or baking soda, it have to be baked immediately after mixing with the liquid. If it become late to get baked, the effect of baking soda or baking powder will become less and the baked item will be dense or hard. And always check for expiry date of a baking powder or baking soda. If it's too old, the effect will be nil. The rising agent we use in all varieties of bread are yeast. It helps the bread to rise. When we add yeast to flour water mixture, a chemical reaction occurs and carbon dioxide is produced. It will cause the bread dough to grow. Always try to use fresh yeast and the small grain ones like this. Instead of adding yeast directly to the flour, we should always check whether the yeast is live. For that, we have to add always yeast to a little lukewarm water and 1 teaspoon of sugar. Sugar is adding to feed the yeast. Many people doesn't know how to choose yeast. Even I had this doubt for a long time. I have found this brand of yeast in Amazon. It's Glorypan instant dry yeast. It works really well in my bread recipes. This is not a promotional video. I believe it will be useful for many people. I shall give the link to buy this yeast in description. Now we shall discuss what all fats we add in baking. Main 3 ingredients are butter, vegetable oil or refined oil, and egg. In most of the recipes we use egg. Egg gives volume to the cake which we bake. Then comes butter. Butter gives a nice flavor to the cake or baked items. It can be salted or unsalted according to the recipe. In some of the recipes, instead of butter we use oil. Any kind of neutral flavor oil we use. There will be difference in texture according to the fat we add. We all know sugar gives sweetness to the baked item. But do you know it affects the texture also? There are different kinds of sugars, but mainly we use white sugar or brown sugar in baking. Main difference between white sugar and brown sugar is that white sugar is refined and brown sugar is unrefined. Brown sugar have molasses in it and hence it is moist. White sugar is rich in sweetness and brown sugar is not that sweet. Brown sugar are also like light brown sugars and dark brown sugars. These light brown sugars we usually use in chewy cookies, muffins, streusels, etc. Icing sugar is very fine powdered sugar blended with corn flour, which we use in cake decorations. Flavoring agents provide flavor to the baked item. It comes in different forms. Let us see. Flavoring agents mainly come in 3 forms, either powdered or liquid or emulsion form. So this is vanilla powder. It's a white color powder. It has strong vanilla flavor. We can use this in cakes, brownies, cookies, etc. Next is liquid form, commonly called as essence or extracts. It comes in different flavors. Nowadays it's available in almost all the flavors. Some essence I have with me are plum cake essence, strawberry essence, then pineapple, mango, etc. Next come emulsion. Emulsion is mixture of both flavor and color. If we use pineapple emulsion, it will be having pineapple flavor along with color, yellow color. So instead of adding essence and color, we can add single emulsion. We can use this emulsion for flavoring whipped cream as well. We can use it in ice creams, candies. Colors we use mainly in decoration part. It comes in three different forms: powder colors or dust colors, then liquid colors and gel colors. Always try to use high quality colors, otherwise it will not be good for health. In whipping cream and all, it will be better to use gel color than liquid colors for better texture. Cocoa powder is an unsweetened chocolate product, adds deep chocolate flavor to desserts, baked goods and beverages. Two basic types are natural and Dutch process. Pure cocoa powder is acidic in nature. It is treated with alkaline solution and produces darker brown cocoa powder which is chemically neutral. That is called Dutch process one. So while baking, if you are using Dutch process cocoa powder, baking powder is enough. But for the natural cocoa powder, we use baking soda in the recipe. Now we have covered almost all the basic ingredients. Next episode I'll be bringing a basic sponge cake recipe. Everybody share with those who are interested in baking, like and subscribe. Thank you.